Good morning. This is officially what my voice sounds like. Yeah, it's bad. My name's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. I decided like 2 weeks ago that I wanted to do a Monday through Friday vlog every single week, at least for a few months to see what it's like. That's what this video is going to be, but I can't talk. So this is probably going to be a completely silent vlog. You're just gonna follow me and watch what I do. And if I feel like anything needs explanation, I'll give it to you. If I get my voice back later in the week, I'll update you. Good news, I got my results this morning and I tested negative. So I'm going back to work soon, but I'm trying to talk to my boss right now about the fact that I sound like this and I don't want to come into the office and get anyone else sick. I've messaged her, but she hasn't responded back to me saying whether or not I can work from home for a few more days. But I also have a few doctor's appointments this week, so that'll be fun. Hello. Hopefully you can hear that my voice is getting a little bit better. I mean, it's still horrible, but normally it takes way longer than it did for me to get over laryngitis. So for the fact that I can actually speak today and it's not completely horrible, I mean, it's really bad, but it's not completely horrible, means that I'm getting better, and that's awesome. So I wanted to quickly update you guys on some book stuff because you've been watching my past 2 days, but there was no real explanation to it. So yesterday I was reading Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, which is the sequel to The Poppy Wars, which is one of my favorite books from this year. I was struggling through it and I'm reading it with a few friends. We're reading it for my book club actually. But there's only a few people in there who are actually reading it, and I was hating it from the first chapter. So about 4 chapters in, I messaged one of the people in the book club who was farther than me, asking if I should continue, and she said, yeah, it gets better. So I kept going. It did get better, but then we got to part 2, and we both were struggling so much through it. I ended up making it halfway through chapter 15, and I messaged her and I was like, where are you at? And she said chapter 15, and I'm like, are you gonna keep reading this? And she said, I honestly don't know. So I told her that I was DNFing it. So I DNF'd it, and I'm really happy to have done that because it was so boring. Like nothing was happening. And then I was in the middle of reading, oh my God, what's the book called? I don't remember, so I'll talk about the other one instead. I'm still reading Legacy of Ash and I'm still loving it. It's literally the only book right now that is bringing me joy and is like enjoyable to read, and I actually want to keep reading. But because I'm loving it absolutely so much, I'm trying not to marathon and get through it. I'm really close to page 400, which is 50%. And I'm basically only allowing myself to read 40 to 80 pages a day. It's hard. I want to just like marathon the entire thing. But I know if I do that, that I'll get to the end and I'll have forgotten so much stuff about the book. And I don't want to have that happen with this one because I love it so much. And then the other book that I was in the middle of reading was The Ruin of Kings, and I had read one chapter and it was really enjoyable, but I stopped after one chapter and I just can't bring myself to go back to it, which sucks because like absolutely nothing was wrong with it. It was really good and I was actually having a fun time with it, but like, I don't know, I'm in such a weird funk right now. Nothing is bringing me joy when it comes to reading besides Legacy of Ash, and I don't know what's up with that. I hope I'm not in a slump. I think it has to do with every other aspect of my life right now is making me anxious, and I'm having a real hard time this week. Just like last week. I thought getting my results would solve a lot of that, but it didn't. So I'm not gonna talk about that stuff a lot because we're here to talk about books, and books are my escapism. The problem is I'm not enjoying any of the books I'm reading, minus Legacy of Ash. Hello. So hopefully this will be the last time that I have to check in with you guys where my voice sounds like this, but I'll make it really quick. So I ended up realizing that I was being ridiculous with myself about not marathoning a book I was loving because I just couldn't pick up anything else. So I read over 100 pages of this book today. I am officially over halfway. I have 300 pages left, so I've read close to 500 pages. I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. I'm really confused though because what I thought was going to be like the major battle at the end of the book just happened. So I don't know exactly what's gonna happen in the next 300 pages, but I have a weird feeling I might try to finish the book tomorrow. Just a thought. I can agree that I definitely missed some of the details with me reading it this fast, which was why I didn't want to read it this fast and this much in one day. I wanted to really enjoy it, like I said earlier, but I'm not loving anything else I'm picking up, so why not read something I'm loving? I basically like read faster than I can like process, and so like in the moment I'm remembering it, but then when I get done I go, wait, what did I just read? I would love to do a video for this one. I have some plans for it, so keep on the lookout for that coming up soon. Hey, so my voice is almost back to normal, but there's definitely something weird still happening. I didn't show you any clips of me like waking up this morning because it's the same exact deal as it has been the past few days. The only difference is today I still have a fever, except I'm freezing cold, which means I've been wearing my hoodie all day and leaving the fan on at the same time because I'm an idiot. So I just got off my first shift at work. Basically, there's a conference happening later today that I wanted to be a part of. So I worked 5 hours already. I'm logging off. I'm going to go make some returns that I need to make, possibly grab some lunch, and then I'm going to come back and later I'm going to log in again and do the conference, which will be 30 minutes to an hour long, and then whatever time I need to make up for the rest of my week, I'll do tomorrow. Today I thought of a really cool video idea, and I think I'll save and talk to you guys about it after I've run my errands because I don't have a ton of time right now. Okay, so it's much later and I actually didn't have time to talk to you guys in between doing my errands, eating lunch, and then going back on to my job, but I'm off my job now and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the project that I am thinking about doing later. So I'm gonna set you down for a little second. Say hi to my dog. She's sitting on my lap with me. So I have been thinking about what I want to do in September for my booktube channel because, oh, is that interesting? Because September is my birthday, and so I thought it'd be really fun to do something special that month. Even if it's just one video, I thought it'd be really cool to do something really different. The problem is trying to think of unique and original and different ideas is so difficult. She wants to leave, 1 second. Oh my God, I'm like sweating now. Oh my God, I'm so hot. So I finally thought of something and I'm going to start trying to put it into the works / I've been working on it this morning. I kind of did a test run and I guess I don't know if I want to save walking you through it for another video. Basically, I thought it would be really cool to combine my graphic design and booktube skills. I am a graphic designer in real life, and it's really funny because I was thinking today about other booktubers I follow, and so many of them are graphic designers or artists of some kind. Like Kayla from Books and Lala is some type of marketing graphic designer, which is what I am. I work in marketing I am a graphic designer for marketing. And then there is Cindy with Reads with Cindy, who is a graphic designer. She's also an art director though, which was originally what I was thinking about doing, and then I decided not to. Then there's Books with Leo, and she is a freelance graphic designer and illustrator, and she does a few other things, and that's like kind of where I want to go with myself. And then also I would include people like Becca in the Books, where maybe, I don't know if she considers herself a graphic designer, but she sells candles online and she does all of the designs herself. So I consider her like an illustrator / graphic designer / artist / entrepreneur. So like there are so many graphic designers on booktube and I think that's absolutely crazy and awesome, and I just happen to be one of them. Anyways, that was a ramble for no reason. I was trying to think of something that I could do to combine those two things, and something I have been considering is redoing some of my favorite book covers in my own graphic design style, because my style is very weird and unique and different than a lot of people's. It definitely is not modern and present day, and I would get a lot of flack from that when I was in school designing stuff, but now that I'm graduated, the stuff I design for work is very work appropriate, but the stuff I design on the side and for myself is fun and I really enjoy it. So I think it would be cool. And a few months ago, I redid 4th Harry Potter cover before all this shit went down with J.K. Rowling, and I'll show it to you guys. And I love how it turned out. And as you can see, my style is very, very Art Deco inspired, and I definitely leaned into it when I was doing this project. My regular style isn't this like extreme into the Art Deco, but here I was really trying to push it and make it way more Art Deco-y than normal. So then I today sat down and redesigned the cover for The Queen of Nothing, and I actually did 2 of them, but I was like, oh, it'd be so much fun and so cool for me to redo, I don't know how many, let's say 5 of my favorite book covers, because they could use some work, and kind of make them in this style so that like you could maybe have like a collection of them across different things. And I'd probably stick to like YA fantasy, at least for the first batch, just to have like a common theme, but it's something I'm thinking about doing, and then I could talk to you guys through it and walk you through it, and maybe even have like one of them be done in real time, or at least like I could talk to you while I'm doing it and then show you the process afterwards. Holy shit, guys. So I was about to go back to designing and I decided to check my emails really quickly because I had a few just to clear them off before I started working again. And I got an email from Macmillan Audio through NetGalley saying that I have been pre-approved for any book that they publish with like an audiobook through NetGalley. I automatically can review it. I don't have to go through the review process, which is absolutely fantastic because I read so many of their audiobooks. Like, you have no clue how many Macmillan audiobooks I listen to like a month. There's a lot of them. So I guess get ready to see some reviews from their audiobooks. The first one I can already tell you is going to be Girl Serpent Thorn. Is that what it's called? Because they did mention in the email that that one would be approved for me. Morning. So my voice is almost completely back to normal. That's good. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't have at least one normal day in this vlog for you, but it is what it is, I guess. So yesterday I read 170 pages of Legacy of Ash. I was aiming to finish it, but I still have like 170 more pages to go maybe. I have 150 pages left, so I'm gonna finish it today. I have some errands. Well, I have some doctor's appointments today to do. I have one at 8 a.m. and I have one at 1. I really wanted to go book shopping, at least just like browsing. I'm kind of tired of being stuck in the house. I was planning on going to my first doctor's appointment, going out, doing some browsing, grabbing some lunch, coming back home if I had enough time, going to my next doctor's appointment. But the bookstore doesn't open until 10. And even if my doctor keeps me until 9, I have to waste an hour. And it's like on the other side of town, so I don't want to drive home and then back out there. And it's not the kind of environment where I want to go somewhere and hang out for an hour. So I guess we'll just see how long my doctor keeps me. But I have my book in case I just go to like a parking lot and roll the windows down and read for an hour. Otherwise, there's no news today. Well, that was ridiculously quick. Oh, do I have a mark? No, I don't have a mark from my mask. Yeah, it's 8:13. I've never gone down to that doctor that quick before, but everything was okie dokie great. So I don't know what to do with myself, but I'm gonna make up my mind off camera and I guess you'll see what I did. So I'm back home. I have a lot of updates, so I apologize that this clip is going to probably be a really long one, but it's harder on me than it is on you personally because talking sucks right now. So I guess I'll start with the negative news and then we'll end on a high note. I saw the doctor again, and basically because I'm still showing symptoms, 2 weeks later, I had to get COVID tested again, even though I have been quarantined constantly for the past 3 weeks, except for today when I went out. And I was wearing a mask the entire time I was out. I had to get tested. Again, he can't really say, I don't think you have COVID, but through the conversation we had, it was very similar to the last time where he's like, it's most likely you don't have COVID, but we need to do this to be safe. I am quarantined for another 8 days at home. Anyway, so the doctor did a chest x-ray because he is like, well, we're pretty sure it's not COVID and your results came back negative. We're gonna test you again because we have to, but it could be something else and we need to figure out what that other thing is. After some testing and some waiting and some figuring of things out, I have bronchitis, and I am pretty sure, the doctor didn't say this part to me, but I am pretty sure I have chronic bronchitis because I mentioned, maybe not to you guys, but I've been talking to some people recently about me getting sick, and for the past 3 years, ever since I was a junior in college, every 4 months I get this, and it's about 2 weeks long where I'm coughing phlegm up, it's gross, it's disgusting, I lose my voice, and it's about 2 to 3 weeks long. And since the doctor has confirmed this time that it's bronchitis and this matches everything that I've ever had before, I think I have chronic bronchitis, and I think it's something that keeps popping up. The good news is I'm being put on medication, it's getting treated, everything is going to turn out fine. I am able to work from home. I just called my office and they are understanding, and I am able to do that. So the good news is I can keep working, so I don't need to worry about that. But it's rough. I'm really trying to look at this positively as best as I can. In better news, let's move on to the fun stuff. I officially read 60 pages of Legacy of Ash so far today, so that means I only have 100 pages left. I'm really aiming to finish this today, although I can say that right now I am kind of in a funk, and so that might be harder than I thought it was going to be. You know what? We're gonna call this the final clip. I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys now, because I am gonna do a whole entire video on Legacy of Ash, and I don't want to repeat myself in this video. I will tell you guys right now that it is an epic high fantasy. I am absolutely loving it. There is LGBT representation, there is racial representation, there are Southern Asians, there are dark-skinned people, there are light-skinned people, there are medium-toned skinned people. There is a large cast of characters. It is so wonderful. The main thing that I am loving about this book is that in the main culture that we follow, because you do follow a few different ones, it is completely and utterly normal for men and women to be completely equal in everything. So that's in politics, in the military, in the household. It's the only reason why it's brought up, the fact that like they're equal, is because in one of the other cultures it is not a thing. Women are seen the same way that they are often seen in our culture, which is less than, and they make that culture often references how the main culture is so wonderful towards women, and women in the main culture like don't even comment on it because it's so normal for them, and that's what I loved about it. So this book is fantastic. I have loved it so much. Every single page has been fabulous. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna get into the summary of the book right now. That'll be for a different video. Anyways, as you saw earlier and can kind of see right now in the corner, I went book shopping. I haven't gone book shopping in so long, and this was a treat for myself because my results came back negative, and now I feel a little bit dumb because I have to go get tested again, but it is what it is. Que sera, sera. This will be my treat though for I guess both tests, because I am not allowing myself to go book shopping again for a long time because I bought 5 books today, and for me that is a lot. So I'm just gonna pull them out and kind of talk to you about them. The first one I bought was The Gutter Prayer by Garth Hanrahan. He is an Irish author. I love Irish people. I visited Ireland last May, and absolutely every single person in the country was the nicest person I've ever met. It was such a beautiful land, and I didn't know this author before picking up this book, but as you can see, I actually started it while I was in the doctor's office because I didn't have Legacy of Ash with me anymore. So I'm about 30 pages in. The reason why I ended up picking up this book is, first off, the color on the cover is gorgeous and I think it looks so pretty. And then second, I flipped it over to see what the back had to say about it, and right, where is it? There, James Islington blurbed the back. And if you don't know this about me, I love James Islington. He's only written one series, which is The Shadow of What Was Lost. I have read all of it. I rated the books all 4 or 5 stars, and he blurbed the back of Legacy of Ash, so I really trust him right now to give me book recommendations. So this story is about thieves and criminals in this land. It's definitely a fantasy land. I don't know a ton about it. Sounds familiar, like every single person in here, except I will tell you that the prologue opened up and it was in second person perspective, and the person that they were talking to, so me, I was the city, and that was so unique and so amazing, and I loved it so much. Hold up, my father just got home. I'm gonna go talk to him and then I'll show you the rest of the books I bought. Sorry about that. My dad is running to do my prescription since I'm not allowed out of the house, so I needed to stop to talk to him. And then I always show my dad what I buy, so I showed him the clothes that I got today because me and my mom went clothes shopping. So I got this top 75% off and these pants 50% off, and I don't know if you know this about me, but I am 5'11", and my favorite thing ever is to wear pants with like long stripes, so that makes me look really tall, and the length is all in my legs, so it makes me look even taller than normal, and I love it. Anyways, back to the books. So I was saying this book is going to be mostly about, I believe we're following 3 thieves. One is a ghoul, one is a stone man, stonehead, stone something, and one is a female human being. And we had that weird chapter in the beginning, which I love. I love second person perspective. I don't think it's gonna happen again though, where I was the city and I was experiencing these thieves coming in and taking stuff from me. It was so cool. I think I'm really gonna like this book. I don't see me rating this any lower than a 4, to be honest. Yeah, James Islington, if you're out there, I mean, I know you're out there, but if you're watching this, I basically pick up books if your name's on it because I trust you now, so please be nice to me. Anyways, the next book I picked up was one that I have been looking to pick up for a while now. I have a huge interest in it. I honestly don't know what it's about either, but every single time I look up lists online for epic high fantasy books written by authors of color, The Tiger's Daughter shows up. And it doesn't have the absolute greatest reviews online, but I think this is something I am really going to enjoy. So I believe that the author Kay Arsenat Rivera is from Puerto Rico, and I believe she does live in America now, but the book itself takes place, it is based on Asian myth and lore, I believe. It might not be Asian myth, it might just be Asian culture. I know that this is after a war has taken place, and there are 2 female soldiers who are coming up to deal kind of with the aftermath in this city, which I have been really enjoying books about after a war and how things are being dealt with in different places because of that. And the little sentence on this book is even gods can be slain, which is like epic. So I think I'm going to love this one. Oh, Orbit published this one and Tor published that one. That's nice. The next 2 are kind of a shock to me, but the only reason why I bought these like this is because I was treating myself, and let me explain that to you really quickly. I bought Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and the reason why that shocks me is because normally I buy YA used because I have a lot of thoughts about YA. I think YA is good. I think it needs to be written. I think it's super important. I think that I oftentimes rate YA 3 stars. I think that that's not a bad thing. I think that a lot of times YA is kind of all written the same. You get like the same types of things, the same formula. It feels very formulaic. It's kind of written and released and teenagers love it, and that's great. That's perfect actually, because those are the kind of people that these books are being written for. But I'm an adult and sometimes I get tired of that and I want something different. But I feel like these books have been explained to be different online and people just seem to really love them / they stand out as something more. So I know that a lot of people have issues with this one, and I'm really annoyed that there's a sticker on the covers. I'm gonna have to go take that off. But I really couldn't think of a better reason to just buy one of them and wait and go buy the second one, because I knew that the world was kind of in chaos right now and there was a good chance I wouldn't be able to get out and buy the sequel. And you take off the dust jacket. Oh my god, this is so pretty. I legitimately want to not keep the dust jacket on it. And then this one, just like, oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. So I ended up buying both. I hope I don't live to regret that. Meaning I hope I die before I regret things. So you will be seeing this one actually in my next month's. I am planning on reading this for the Newts, little sneak peek into my TBR. I don't know if I will get to this one or not. I hope so, but yeah, I'm going to be reading this. I'm super excited to be reading it for Newts, and you guys can expect my TBR for that at the normal time. And those are published by Henry Holt. Henry Holt. I have a few books by him. He's not a real he's not like the writer, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Anyways, time to talk about the final book that I bought, and this is another one that is like, Amanda, why'd you buy this? You're not buying things in your normal genre. I've been feeling recently like I want to branch out and spread out every once in a while, so I like having books at home that I can try and aren't in my normal genre. I like having a majority of the books that are available to me to be fantasy, but every once in a while I like to try something that is slightly different. So I picked up a book that I have previously DNF'd, and that's because when I started it, I didn't realize it was sci-fi. I thought it was fantasy. So now that I know that, I think I can go into it with a more open mind and give it a second shot. So I picked up Dune. Oh my god, I'm really nervous about this one because this is like a cult classic. This is like something that everyone talks about and everyone references all the time. And I've been so mad at myself ever since I DNF'd it, but like the reason why I DNF'd it mostly last time, other than what I already explained to you, is that I borrowed it from the library and I read maybe 10 pages and I wasn't loving it because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I figured I would return it so that there was a long wait list. People wanted to read it. Figured I'd return it, let someone else read it who really wanted to. So now that I have it, I don't have to do that or worry about it. So this can be something that I read over the course of a few months if I want to, because I own it and I don't have to worry about returning it or giving it back. I also know that my library does have the audiobook online, so I can always request that and listen and read along with it to help me get through it if I need to. So this is one that I am 100% planning on finishing. Don't know when, don't know why, but I will be doing it and I will let you guys know kind of how that goes. Who published that? Ace. I don't think I have anything by Ace. I like really looking at publishers right now, in case you guys can't tell. I've been actually starting to organize books by publisher, which is super weird, so I will have to take you through that sometime, but it's not for right now. I am going to sign out right now because I think that I need to have some me time and I need to not worry so much about vlogging. I am going to leave next week's vlog up to the decision of next week Amanda. I did make the decision a few weeks ago that I wanted to try to vlog every single week for the rest of the year. But I think that it is going to be totally okay for me to take a week off for my mental health. So if I'm feeling really anxious and really stressed and overwhelmed because of all the health issues, I'm going to take the week off. I have plenty of videos scheduled, so you will see one Monday and Friday from me. And then you will see one the following Monday and Friday from me like normal. Plus on the last day of the month and the first day of the month. And I will be back to vlog the entire month of August for Newts. I have decided to do weekly vlogs. And I am also going to be doing a 24-hour readathon on August 1st with my book club. So if you want to join that, you totally can. It's going to be 100% chill. I'm going to sleep through most of it. I'm going to take breaks to eat and do things that I need to do. It's the day after Umbrella Academy comes out. So I'm going to stop to watch Umbrella Academy season 2. But we're trying to start off the beginning of the month with a good like push into reading. So I'm going to be doing as much reading as I can that first day. So you're totally welcome to join us. We're going to be doing most of our stuff on Twitter, but we are discussing whether or not we want to have a live show. So if that's something you'd be interested in watching, comment down below. Let me know. I'd love to do it, but I don't want to do it if there's only going to be one person on. So if I can get 2 people, then I guess we'll call that a win. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're interested in reading any of these books. I'd love to talk to you about them. And until next time, I don't remember how my outro goes. That's not how my outro goes at all, actually. I don't remember how my outro goes, but until next time, I'll talk to you all in the comments. Bye.